Do you know that your language has a direct relationship with your pocket? The words you use daily or you continually listen to others use on a daily basis strongly shape your financial life. Let me explain. Recently, I was going to the gym with my manager, and while we were walking, he noticed how unusually quiet my phone had been in the past few months, because obviously I wasn't receiving as much calls as I used to. So as we talked about it, a quiet thought entered my mind. I was like, thank God, I don't have money anymore. So, yeah, and it seems everyone is aware of it. Now they avoiding me. They no longer call me for help. Immediately I said that to myself. I paused. Then a chilling realization hit me. It dawned on me that this disturbing thought had been hiding in the dark corners of my subconscious. I just stood there trying to make sense of it. And I was actually asking myself some questions. I was like, wait, so you mean a part of me is actually happy to be and remain broke? But why? Here is what I discovered. When you have money, you are compelled to help people, a lot of people. And you see many family and friends who on a normal day wouldn't even give a damn about you. Now they are all around you, acting as if their world will end without you in it. Now you're already aware that these people around you, they are not here because they like you. They are not here because of you. They are here because of the benefits, things that they benefit from you. And the moment these benefits, all these things that they get, the moment it is over, they will be gone. So because of this awareness, after a while, helping people start to feel like a burden. Then this burden grow heavier, and eventually you become overwhelmed. The more I thought about it, the more I began to see the patterns that my own thoughts have created right in front of me. So it then dawned on me that my reality had nothing to do with my circumstances. In fact, it's my own thoughts that were quietly weaving the baskets of my poor reality. This was when I realized that poverty isn't just a condition of your bank account. You see, before poverty manifests itself as a lack of cash, it first establishes itself as a system of communication. And this is why communication is very important in our lives. How you talk to people, how you talk to yourself, how you carry yourself. And communication in this regard, I am not just talking about the verbal. I'm not just talking about the spoken communication. I'm referring to verbal and non-verbal communication. In fact, the non-verbal communication also consists of your body language. These other forms of communication speak a lot louder than what you would ever say with your mouth. Now, your communication system, whether as an individual or as a corporate entity, is the invisible bridge between where you are and where you desire to be. And this is where a lot of us fail, because we have not intentionally refined our communication systems. I'll tell you something. Recently, I traveled to the village, and it gave me a fantastic opportunity to sit, meet, and enjoy good time with some of my friends I have not seen in over a decade. So during one of the afternoon, we were just seated, we were eating, and a conversation was on the table. There was this guy who was narrating, and he was painting very terrible pictures of how terrible, how bad Nigeria has become. Of course, this is your republic. While he was saying all of that, he was painting these mental pictures. These pictures were so disturbing. They were so lurid that if you're not careful, you'll be tempted to agree with him. And of course, many of the guys who were seated together agreed, and some of them started throwing in their spices to make the conversation in agreement with the conversation, to make it, yeah. Well, you see, I was the only one who disagreed with that kind of conversation. Not only did I disagree, I did not hesitate to make my disagreement known. I stated either, oh no, I don't agree with this, I made my point clear. You see, when you agree with systemic negativity, you are somehow tempted that you are just having a conversation. But what is truly happening right there is you are contributing to and also conforming to their beliefs. At the center of every conversation is an exchange. And that's the core of communication. Every conversation is an economic exchange. Whether you are talking to a crowd, whether you are talking to yourself, whether you are talking to friends or with friends, no matter what it is, at the core of every conversation, in every conversation that communication is taking place, there is an exchange. This is an economic exchange. Every word you speak or you hear others say, what you are doing is you are issuing a direct instruction to your subconscious. This may not be obvious. I just hope a lot of us understand these things. If it's a hearty conversation, you'll see the exchange of positivity and enthusiasm already taking place among the participants of such conversation. Why? Because that's exactly the message. That's exactly the instruction you are issuing to your subconscious mind. Now imagine a conversation you are having with somebody or some persons, or even with yourself, where you accept the vocabulary of limitation. What kind of instruction do you think you are issuing to your subconscious mind? There is no conversation you are having with somebody or with yourself that is void of impact. It's always there. There is no middle ground. It is either positive or negative. There is always the impact of every communication. Have you noticed how you feel, for example, when somebody calls you and he or she dumps their emotional garbage on you. By that I mean, somebody calls you to complain how tired they are, how life has been frustrating them, and you stay there even without saying anything. You listen to that kind of complaint, that conversation for 5 minutes, over 5 minutes to 10 minutes a year, just to hear the person yap. Have you observed that after such conversation, you feel drained? Why? Because an exchange has already taken place. Unfortunately, we live in an environment where language is treated as harmless. As a harmless byproduct of our reality.